Euraxia hoped to appease the dragons by assassinating the last dragon guard of Elsweyr. He died, but at least you acquired the Anequina Dragonhorn and avenged his death. Now if we only knew what to do with the damn thing. I know how a horn works, Fiveclaw, but this is a relic of ancient magic. I do not want to damage it before we learn the true significance of its power. I will have Tarn do more research. In the meantime, we have another matter to deal with. Cadwell's visions strike more frequently now, with more urgency. Tarn believes Zumog Foom is close to reassembling Cadwell's dismembered body. I want you to stop him. The betrayer of legend must not be reborn. Abner Tarn checks on Cadwell regularly. Find them and see if they can tell you where Zumog Foom hides. Meanwhile, I will consult with Gareshri. Review the Kunzari stories before we task Tarn with learning more about the Dragonhorn.
Hold, varlet! Don't you dare attach that foot to my ankle.
This is Cadwell's longest episode yet. Perhaps I can...
That's it! Time to give you names. What for?
Bizarre visions. Dismembered
Who's
bodies.
there? Speak up!
I hate-
I'm about to teach these rapscallions a valuable lesson. And yes, I plan to make it hurt. Ah, jolly good. I could use a noble squire for the battle ahead. To battle him. Anyway, Zumog Foom has gathered the dismembered parts of the betrayer's body. I can't allow the necromancer to put me, back together. I'm not entirely certain. It's definitely a dark, menacing cavern. Just the sort of place necromancers enjoy hanging around. Oh! Here now! Stop that! Your pardon, noble squire, but I have to go kick myself in the head. I'm off to put a stop to these dastardly villains.
Tarn, can you determine where Cadwell disappeared to?
Of all the foolish, idiotic, misguided things that Cadwell has ever done, this may be the worst of them all. He fancies himself a hero, but he's given Zumog Foom exactly what he needed. I'm no expert on necromancy, but it's obvious that our Cadwell is the last piece Zumog Foom needs to restore the betrayer. He has all the parts of Cadwell's dismembered body, and now Cadwell has handed him the final component, his very essence. Does a soul shriven have a soul? I have no idea how the philosophy of oblivion accounts for such things, but there must be some kernel of the original Cadwell inside the one we know. It stands to reason the necromancer would need that as well. I managed to scry Cadwell's portal before it winked out. It connected to an ancient crypt in the Scar, not far from the Stitches. Head there immediately. The rest of us will make preparations and join you as soon as we can.
Let's ride.
Watch your step in the stitches.
Go!
You took your time. Let's talk. Travel never used to take this much out of me. Oh well. Now that you're here, we can begin our investigation of the crypt. The Adept and the Prefect volunteered to scout ahead. They haven't returned. That means it's up to us. We must stop Zumog Foom from reanimating Cadwell the Betrayer. Something has prevented them from returning. I can only assume the necromancers or their undead have done them in. Where they were forestalled, we must prevail. Otherwise, Zumog Foom and the dragons get one step closer to fulfilling their plans.
Tharn, I'm afraid I bungled this one royally, old friend. I opened a portal, meant to put the villainous Zumog Foom to the sword. He got the better of me. The necromancers stole my essence, flung it to assorted ritual sites throughout the lair. Now I'm weak and my old body is being restored. The big cat and the Imperial, they arrived shortly after I did, but they didn't fare much better. I'm not sure what Zumog Foom did with them. I've just been standing here trying to recover enough strength to give it another go. Charge me up again? Capital idea, and I agree. We can't let the Betrayer join the dragons. That reminds me of a time. No. Can't think. Too weak. I'll stand with you as long as I can. Could use a bit of a lie down, though.
I'll delay Zumog Foom.
You left us to die, Kalo.
Your blood is on your hands.
No! I won't allow you to interfere with the ritual!
That glowing cloud. It's holding this ritual together.
How refreshing. Let's find the rest of me and put it back where it belongs.
You were never strong enough, Zamorak. I died because you were praying to the moon for safety. Interlude. Just more fuel for the ritual.
Zamorak through. Again.
Ah, welcome back, little energy. I missed you so.
You're a senile old fool, half. Be so reckless. The dragons are your fault.
The past will destroy you at the start.
Get rid of that damn cloud!
It's a spot. Do you know I used to...
5 Claw. This one doesn't have much time. Nalado should not be here. This one should be prowling the sand behind the stars and preparing for the next pounce, not lingering in this fetid tomb. Zumog Foom called Nalado back. He planned to use her in a foul ritual, but dead or no, Nalado is still a soldier. His follower never stood a chance. This one sensed something. Decided to wait here a little longer. Nalado thought the cloud of energy reminded her of the strange knight adorned in cookware. This one thinks she absorbed the energy when she killed the necromancer and disrupted this part of the ritual. Return it, perhaps, though that will certainly shred this spirit form. No matter, Nalado no longer belongs in this realm. Tell Queen Carmira
And Garashri that Nalago says, farewell. Now, prepare yourself, strange knight. This belongs to you.
Fading away.
Funny that.
Oh, jolly good sir. Of course I planned to deal with the orc myself once my reanimation was complete. Now that I'm whole, I have a destiny to fulfill. So, cheerio. I always heard that introspection could be difficult. Meeting yourself. No one likes to discover that they were a tallow catch. Try not to hold it against me. Him and me were two sides of a dented coin. I don't think the world can handle more than one Cadwell at a time. My essence, I feel it draining away. Strange as the end approaches, so does clarity. You will try to stop him for me, won't you? Finish what I started a long, long time ago. I remember how we stopped the dragons. Kunzari and we tricked Count Gronti, used his own ambition against him, convinced him to place a portion of his power in Jode's core. Count Gronti ordered his brothers to follow suit. Once weakened, we were able to trap them in the halls of Colossus. Then the betrayer, then I killed Kunzari. I earned that name. I planned to steal the power, but Anequina's adepts... I'm still here. Chimera, she looks like Anequina. So pretty. Anequina possessed a key to a special place. That's where I learned to use portals. Luckily, they cut off my head and dismembered me before I could reach Jode's core. I guess you have to chop him up again. Tell Chimera she has the key, and look out for the honor.
Could that be the key to using the dragon horn?
The same notion occurred to me, Queen Chimera.
Wait, here comes Tarn and the others. I am happy to see you and the others, Five Claw, and I'm eager to hear what happened. Wait, where is Cadwell? That does not bode well. The betrayer of Kunzari was a great hero who became a terrible villain. It took all the remaining champions and the moon priests of Anequina to stop him. But how does the betrayer's return help the dragons? A special place? That does not give us a lot of information to go on, Five Claw. Did Cadwell tell you anything else before he disappeared? The ancient legends. I have been studying them. They mention Jode's core, a vault of some kind. Kunzari tricked the demons into storing their power there, though now we know that the demons were dragons. A metaphor, yes? As for a key... Everyone, meet in the royal study. I have something to show you. Cadwell spoke of an Equina, one of Kunzari's champions. He mentioned a key. I think he meant my pendant.
Zamorak remembers. Your mother wore it before you. Does it have more than sentimental significance?
It hides me from magical detection. Mother would take my pendant in her hand and whisper, "When Kunzari smiled, an Equina asked the moons to move for him."
The Shadow Dance Temple ruins. Is that where the betrayer has gone?
I discovered as a young girl that the pendant and this ancient... I learned the stories of Kunzari from my mother. Did I tell you she was a moon singer before she married my father? She said the pendant once belonged to an Equina. I am related to an Equina. Direct descendant, according to the moon priests. An ancient ruin. The place was once the Shadow Dance Temple, but now it is nothing but tumbled stones. Still, Cadwell indicated the pendant was the key to finding the betrayer. What else do we have to go on? Yes, from Kunzari's story. He tricked the demons into giving him their power. Then an Equina moved the moon so he could store the power in Jode's core for safekeeping. Of course, now we know the demons of the story were actually the dragons. In their weakened state, Kunzari was able to trick the dragons and trap them in the halls of Colossus. But one of his companions betrayed him, stabbed him in the back, and went to the place of the Dark Dance to steal the demon power. I think you are right, Five Claw. The betrayer must want to finish what he started in the ancient time. But the dragons also want that power. Are they working together? Either way, we need to get to the temple ruins.
We need to send your Cygnus irregulars to the Moon Gate, Prefect Gale. Agreed.
I'm hearing troubling rumors about Ashen Skull.
We must do something about the water, Siluju. If you would just...
No adept can face the race.
right? Good. Taste our steel!
Go! Go!
Chimera's waiting for you inside. If the dragon circling overhead spots us,
If there is more to this ancient
yes,
temple,
I'm sure you're fit.
I do not see a way to access it. This is the right place. I can sense it. But nothing in this chamber looks like it can make the moons move, or open a path to Joan or Jode. What are we missing, Fiveclaw? And Riddlethar knows I have tried everything I can think of. I held it out, I presented it forcefully, I even shook it vigorously, but nothing happened. I do not know what else to do. My memories and the Kunzari stories, everything jumbles together. Too much research has crowded my mind. Wait, maybe... I remember one thing Mother used to say. Maybe if I repeat her words while I hold the pendant. When a Nequina's blood calls, the shadow dance begins.
By the moons, you opened the path.
You go ahead. Zamorak and I will deal with the dragon outside. Somehow.
Moons watch over you. Come. Beautiful. Why was this hidden for so long? This place has guardians, it seems, but they could not stop the betrayer.
Attack!
Rajun! Why are you doing this?
He came this way.
It's almost a shame how Inequina's faithful keep throwing themselves at my blade.
He came this way. Betrayer sent. He came this way. The ancient memories become clearer in my mind with every passing moment. We follow the same path as the heroes of legend. Kunzari, Anequina, the Betrayer, they all walked these steps to reach Jode's core. I see the truth of the myths and legends. Kunzari tricked Calcrontid into storing the might of the dragons in Jode's core. Then, the heroes of the Krajun lured them into the halls of Colossus and sealed the doors. Yes, he murdered Kunzari and then came to this temple to gain the power to move the moons and open the way to Jode's core. You see, the path only appears at the moon gate of Anequina when the moons are aligned, as in an eclipse. True. But many died before they lopped off his head. The Betrayer was the greatest warrior of his day. If it comes to a battle, it will not be an easy one. There is an apparatus in the sanctuary, linked to the larger moon gate. That is what we seek. We are about to enter the place where the Betrayer faced his greatest failure, where he died at the hands of the remaining heroes and moon priests. We must make sure history repeats itself. The shade of Anequina darkens with rage whenever I think about him. Even before his betrayal, she detested the man. He was vain, proud, a great sword fighter, but full of ego and hubris. Perhaps that is his weakness, his pride. The Betrayer did something to the apparatus. The moons cannot hear my plea. No. The Betrayer has set the moons in motion, and they will not answer to my song. There is nothing to stop the dragons from using the moon gate of Anequina to reach Jode's core. Not yet. This apparatus moves the moons, but the moon gate of Anequina creates the portal to Jode's core. Luckily, I sent forces there to defend it from the dragons. We will join them. But first, the memories tell me we have one more task here. Anequina's memories show me how she once used a dragon horn. The combat dragon horn you gave me. It needs to be energized, have its power restored. Activate the nearby temple relic, and I will charge the dragon horn. Everything. Zari, Anequina, Cadwell, John and Jones. All of it. Into the dragon horn.
A dip in cold hard is refreshing, pleasant, and where is the fiend? Let me at him. I returned as soon as I could to help you give the betrayer a good thrashing. I feel tip-top, I must say. I thought it was the cozy confines of my beloved Cold Harbor, but I suppose it has more to do with the destruction of my other half. Well, good show. The world is saved. That doesn't sound good. Let me think. If I concentrate, I can recall what was going through my despicable other self's mind. He wanted to make sure no one could stop the path from opening. He promised the dragons. I'm afraid not, at least not from here. He did something to the apparatus. It can't be used again. Chimera might be able to separate the moons, but she'd need to do it at the moon gate. She looks a little peaked, though, doesn't she?
I am all right. Cadwell, can we use your power? Return to Rin. The eclipse approaches, and with it the opening of the moon gate of Anequina. We have a short amount of time before the way to Jode's core appears. At least I am attuned, and I was able to charge the dragon horn. Gareshri has already gone to the moon gate of Anequina to take charge of the forces there. We will join him shortly. Thank you for helping with my attunement, Five Claw. With you and my ancestors beside me, we will find a way to stop the dragons. We stopped the betrayer, but not before he set the moons in motion. Soon they will align. When the eclipse occurs, the moon gate of Anequina will open and grant access to Jode's core, which is exactly what the dragons desire. Time is short, Five Claw.